Okay, I'm going to show you how to draw the drawer this time. So before we get to that, if I click my model and move it from side to side, just with my left clicker on my mouse, it shouldn't move, and mine does. So we want to ground this. This is something I should have done way back. So the best way to do this is to show the origin. So this is essentially the ground plane. So you want this to sit on the ground plane. We're going to use the join feature. We're going to look at the bottom center of one of the legs and then click the origin. Should bring it up to it. When we click OK, the cabinet should go with it. And I'll hit my home button. Now if I move my model, it doesn't move unless I zoom or pan with my view controls. Alright, now I've done that, I'll hide my origin. I'm going to create a new component called draw. So right click, new component up on this main coffee table component. I'm going to call it draw with an ER. And you can see that's down here and it's activated. We're going to create a sketch, and we're going to create the sketch on this ground plane. I'm going to hide all the other components. Just make sure you leave the bottom one visible, and the activation dot should be there on that component. We're going to select the rectangle, start at the origin and come out. We're going to make this one 260 deep by 450 long. We're going to use the offset, so it's under the modifier offset, and click the black frame, drag it inwards. So we're going to use -19 for this. What we just drew shouldn't be on the outside of the 260 by 450. So 19 millimeters. I'm going to use a line tool now, and we're going to go from the corner up. So we're kind of extending those short sides to the end. Once you've done that, you can go finish sketch. And we're going to rotate our model so we can see it kind of in a 3D view here. Now this is different to what we did before, because we're going to create a sub-assembly with all the components. So we're going to click extrude, but our operation, we're going to choose new component. Now we're going to select this one and drag it up, and we are going to go 90 high. Now you can see that was a long way to creating that, but if I expand this menu here, I've got this component 22. I can call this one my draw side. Now I'm going to expand the sketches and turn this one to visible. I'm going to create a extrusion and click this one. I'm going to drag it up 90, or type 90, either way. Create new component and click OK. And you can see that's created it down here. So we can call this one draw side as well. You can see this weird bracket thing going on because it's the same as this. A bit like if you keep calling everything the same name, they'll kind of call it untitled 1, 2, 3. You're going to do the same for the back and the front, but make sure you go new component each time. That was a bit silly. You can see what I did there. Activate that component and change the height of it. So make sure you do it at 90. Make sure you go back to the draw and activate that one. We're going to go and select the last profile, come up to 90, and new component OK. So you've got two, so we can call this one draw back and draw front. The next one we're going to do is extrude and look at the bottom. We're going to go and select the center of the bottom and all the other profiles. So we've got 5 profiles to select. New component again. I'm going to drag downwards and type in -3. That's our plywood bottom. Once we've got that, we can hide the sketch. We can call this one draw bottom. And we can save it. That's our draw. There's a couple more components that we need, so we will do that in the next video, but at this stage we can highlight all the other components, minimize that one, and you can see we've got a draw. Now when I go to move this, watch what happens. It all comes apart. So by pressing Ctrl Z and making sure it's all together, we're going to select the top and the bottom and everything in between and go rigid group. It's a bit of a cheat way of assembling stuff, but because the way we modeled it, we know it's all together where we want it. So it is fine where it is. I'm not going to try and put it together quite yet because we've got some work to do on the inside.